What's up, everyone? This is the BumCast presented by Windy City Sports Cards. I am your host, HBIC, the head bum in charge, along with Baloney, Dougie Fresh, and on assignment Southside Bum. We got the original Mr. Joey P in tonight for the Southside Bum. Hermano looking good.
What's up, Hermano? Just keeping the seat warm for Johnny.
Yeah. Good to have you guys. It's Happy Monday, and it is a great Bears victory Monday. I feel like it's been a while since we said that, but I don't care if it's preseason. It's a Bears victory Monday, a dominant victory Monday. Where the vibes are high. We're all gonna get very meatball-y when we get to the Bears talk in a few minutes here. But before I say hello to all you guys, I want to say as a reminder that I put the tweet out there earlier today. Our Bums Fantasy League is back. And if you are interested in challenging the Bums, you want to throw down and challenge the Bum Cartel, the two people with the highest amount of super chats throughout the show today will be automatically entered to challenge us in our league this year. And our draft is Friday night. So can't wait to see who's going to participate and who's got the balls to step up and challenge us.
Well, we know someone that has the balls, and now he's protesting the Bums by a decision that the commissioner made. And I want to make sure that Gordo knows that the commissioner of this league, the head bum in charge, Jason, was the one that wanted new blood and wanted, some fresh faces to challenge the Bums. Gordo was a dominant member of that league last year. He didn't win it all. He did not. But that doesn't mean you can't super chat Gordo.
Yeah. Highly encouraged.
Yeah. Also, did we get that waiver together? Like the hold harmless? Like if we accidentally kill somebody again this year?
Well, no, Dougie, I'm glad you mentioned it because you were the one kind of like, leading that charge. We're just looking out for Gordo's health. The fantasy league last year did a number on his body, and we just don't want to be liable for anything, Gordo. So think of it that way. We care about you so much that HBIC doesn't want you in the league because we want you around for the long haul.
And we don't want to get sued.
That's a good spin.
You want to up your life insurance policy if you join.
Well, like we said, it was, we were trying to keep it fresh every year, take on two challengers, and if you don't win, you get relegated for a year. But maybe we'll see how tonight goes, and if maybe we'll bring Gordo back. We'll see.
Yeah, if he's the only one that pays year in, Gordo. Stay till the end of the show. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, but I guess it also means that people don't want to play their fantasy league. They're not going to super chat us tonight because they're going to be like, "Oh, wait, I don't want to."
Yeah, that's a great point. You could just super chat out of the kindness of your heart. Maybe make a joke. Maybe add a question or a comment. You don't have to play fantasy football for you guys to super chat. Yeah. But it's just an extra incentive this week. And then you mentioned, Jason, the draft is Friday, 8:30 p.m. Yep. So if you can make it and if you're interested, let us know.
Yeah. Yep. Or you could just super chat a bunch of money and nominate somebody to be in the league.
I never even thought of that.
It's a great idea, actually.
Yeah. So Joey, welcome. You're filling in for Giant Night. We got some Savannah Bananas talk later on in a little bit. But how are you guys doing? Peter, how you doing, my man?
I feel good. I had a weird, I don't know if it's like a weird encounter, but Julie always makes fun of me that the girls in Starbucks line flirt with me. And that's not the case. That's not the baristas at our local Starbucks aren't flirting. But when you have two parents that are running on caffeine that are there day and night, like visit after visit, sometimes they give us free drinks or someone's like, oh, someone ordered an extra or we made we keep getting like free drinks at Starbucks. And I'm like, it's a nice thing. But now they know us. They know our orders. They know everything else. Today or 2 days ago, I'm sitting in line and I ask for our order. Sometimes I get a croissant for Scarlett. Scarlett likes the croissants. That's great. She hands me the little brown bag with the food in it, right? Mm-hmm. I grab it and she's like, oh, sorry, that's not yours. It didn't go in the car, but I grab it and she's like, oh, I'm sorry, that's not yours. And then she takes it back. And I was like, do you have to remake that? And she's like, as long as you don't, bring it into your car, you should be okay. Or unless they ask for it to would you ask somebody to remake your food if you see that, if you're the car behind me? Because I guess this happened yesterday or 2 days ago. today I found out that they asked to remake the food, and I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's kind of pretentious as fuck. If it's still in the bag, like if the Starbucks bags are like they're
Brown.
stickered.
Yeah, they're brown and exposed, you know, like you wrap like a school.
As long as they weren't like with the bag for like a minute or something, then I would kind of be a little like, hey.
I could understand if like I brought it into the car. If once they, the threshold of the window, you have an argument to me. I wouldn't do that. I don't care. I would take the food.
But 3-second rule,
10-second rule.
I don't know if you got the outside of the bag.
Make the argument that. But I still think this greatest country in the world. We can't be walking around with people with poo fingers. That's a third world country stuff. People, at least in my neighborhood, wash their hands. I know about your neighborhood. Nobody in my neighborhood is walking around with poo fingers.
Listen, I've seen a lot of freaking weirdos at Starbucks. So
that's true. They hang out there because they got nowhere else to hang out. That's a good point.
Dougie,
those are the ones. Those are the ones walking into the restaurant. Yeah. I'm in the car. I'm busy. I got to go to work. I'm grabbing my coffee and leave with clean hands.
You deal a lot with piping and sewage and stuff. So are you saying you have poo fingers majority of the time?
No, baby. Well, I mean. Technically, you
get some splashback and
I mean, there's
instead of some poo cocky.
There is times, but when I'm in my own domain, you guys know I got a bidet, so I'm fancy boy. So, but
you're washing your ass. That doesn't mean about your fingers.
Well, I'm just saying, like I could drip dry. I don't need to wipe, so I don't got the poo fingers.
I definitely don't. I get in trouble for overwashing my hands all the time. So. No poo fingers for me.
I just thought it was like weird. They asked to remake the food because
do these fingers look like they do manual labor, guys?
So here, let me preface this. I guess I would have to see what type of car is in front of me, because if it's a shitty,
you're judging a book by its cover. That's a good point.
Absolutely. So I mean, obviously, you keep your car relatively clean and it looks nice on the outside. So I guess, that would be a big determination. So if you got like an unwashed car, looks like shit, maybe a little hoarder action going on, does it change your mind then that person just had their grimy hands all over your stuff?
Possible they see a big bum sticker on the back window too. And then,
2 bum stickers now. I got one on each side. But I do keep the car clean, courtesy of Gas and Wash and all of the stolen bases that the White Sox typically do. So I have been washing my car more regularly this summer.
Nice. As real quick, I want to pull this back up. Sam says, "Pay to beat you in fantasy football. That's a kink I can't afford." That sounds like something a scared poor would say.
Scared and poor.
Also, it's called an entry fee. Sam, look it up in fantasy football.
Although we didn't really say what they would win if they beat us. What was the prize last year? I don't remember.
So I think it was we had one of them we had first, second, or third. One was like a cash prize. One was like a game.
Tickets to a game. Yeah, game with the bums.
Game with the bums, and then I think the other one was maybe some merch or something.
Flag.
Yeah. So, all right, Dougie, how you doing, my man?
I'm doing all right. I was talking earlier. I like to joke around with people, and sometimes that tends to get me in trouble.
Poo fingers.
Well, poo fingers. Definitely got myself in a little bit of hot water at work this week. So as you guys know, I've been doing this summer concert series on Tuesday nights and everything like that. And it's a big concert series. So we tend to get some pretty decent dignitaries out. And one of the dignitaries happened to be a state representative this week. and a little bit. So this state representative came there with an umbrella. It was raining, and then show begins. Rain stops. Everything's good to go. But it just so happened that this state representative, his umbrella behind. I get a call or looking. I'm just, anyways, I talked to him. We're talking and holding it ransom. I'm going to hold this bad boy ransom. I'm like, I'm not going to get it until I get myself a nice little promotion here. Just joking around. Right. Well, anyway, needless to say, this thing was wet. So I put it outside and tell one of my guys, I'm like, hey, just go ahead and take this over to his office. And guy got pulled away. Umbrella doesn't make it back to state representative. State representative thinks that I have umbrella. Miscommunication. Now we can't find this umbrella anywhere. And now I've been joking around with the state representative that I'm holding his umbrella ransom, right? So I have to go to the camera footage because I know where I put it to leave it out, to let it dry out, because I wasn't about to give it back to him wet. And I'm like, oh shit. So as you can see, here's my garage. I left it kind of out by the front of the garage. Now this is in the evening after everybody has already left. You see the sun setting. Umbrella. Yep. Go ahead.
Time out. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No.
This is where you left it to dry in the middle of the goddamn parking lot?
No. Wednesday was super windy.
Okay,
Wednesday was super windy. I left it over by the garage. And so this thing catches air. And I'm like, oh shit. So now I'm going back and looking at the security footage. So to the next slide or whatever, fast forward to 3 a.m. A certain individual, I'll leave unnameless, that I don't know, pulls up to it, and you can go to the next slide, grabs it. So now I'm like, oh shit, awesome. I got to buy this dude an umbrella. Nope. Plot fucking thickens. The reason why he wants this umbrella so bad is because he got it from the play Hamilton. It's a Hamilton limited edition, rare souvenir. That's why he wants it so bad, right? So I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, okay, now I'm starting to look. This thing's sold out everywhere. They got them on eBay for like 65, 75 bucks. I'm like, okay, now I'm going to have to pay for this thing because I have put my foot in my mouth. I say I have it. Now I don't have it. Plot thickens. This fucking cocksucker was autographed. So now what the fuck do I do?
Was it?
I'm like,
Why would you carry an autographed umbrella that's going to wash off with the rain?
No idea.
Sorry,
But
another interruption. Do you know who
Officials
autographed it?
idiots.
Yeah.
Was it Lin-Manuel? If it's not Lin-Manuel, who gives a fuck who signed it from Hamilton?
Or the King of England. Or if it's
Bum of the week. No, none of those guys matter. I know he's a bigger actor, but if it's not Lin-Manuel, who cares who autographed this? This is like me crying about Esteban Loaiza bobblehead.
I have no idea who it's autographed by, and I'm like, there ain't no way that I'm finding a replica of that or anything like that. So now I have to call my other connections from police to get this license plate tracked down.
Oh
needless to say, or whatever, about maybe like a day and a half later or whatever, end up tracking this person down, give the dude $50, get the umbrella, get it to the state representative. Costing me $50 fucking dollars.
You paid $50 to get that umbrella back?
Yep. I absolutely did.
He stole it.
I mean, it's in the street. I was basically
isn't like enclosed? Isn't it like fenced, like private property? Oh
no. This is an open street. So basically I went up to the dude and I was like, hey man, I'm like, I know you have this thing. In the off chance that he opened it, saw that it was autographed or anything like that, or even looked up on eBay how much it is possibly worth, I was just like, right out of the way, I'm like, dude, I'll give you $50 for it. And so I was like, I'm out $50, but at the end of the day, I'm like, I gotta shut my mouth more. Like I gotta stop like being a big mouth, because that could have went really south, especially in like the political aspect that I work in. It kind of spooked me a little bit.
Nah, don't not. This is not on you. This is on that bonehead bum of the week representative. Like who cares about an umbrella?
You don't carry an autographed umbrella out because it's going to get ruined with the autograph.
That was going to be my question to the group. The autographed umbrella might be the worst thing you could get autographed if you plan on wearing it. Yeah, like every so often we go to Bears games, we go to Cubs games, or I'm sorry, I'm thinking Cubs.
Oh my God, bum of the week, Peter.
No, I was thinking Cubs because of Prez, and I was going to talk about him later. We go to Sox games. Every once in a while, you see a jersey that's autographed that people still wear, and I even think that's weird. But like an umbrella, like imagine getting like a rain poncho autographed and then wearing the goddamn rain poncho. This makes no sense.
Well, the only thing that I could think of is like he was there and he like bought the umbrella and then all of a sudden bumps into whoever it was that signed it. I don't know who signed it. And that's all you have. I mean, unless obviously you should have a play build, but I don't know.
Yeah, even then. I like Hamilton. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm a fan of Hamilton, but like, if I don't have shit to sign with, just take a selfie with Lin-Manuel or whoever. You don't need to fucking autograph an umbrella. Makes no sense.
That's the weirdest shit.
I know, dude. But I was like such in the weeds, man, and I was just like, I guess if I would have just said that I had it, I would be like, okay, I had it. But then when I played the I'm holding it ransom, thing. Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
See, and this is why people say Illinois politicians are dumbasses, because this kind of proves it right there.
Yeah. You know what? I'm this entire thing and then sell this to like his political opponent, so we could be in a political ad. Like, this bonehead brings an umbrella to
autographed umbrella.
Yeah,
Hamilton.
I don't know, Dougie. Was this umbrella thief Thomas?
Ad from our sponsor specializes in they have you collectibles into Chicago focused items. They also offer a vast selection of sports trading cards and memorabilia from your favorite teams and players. So visit their online store at 312WindyCitySportsCards.com to find exactly what you are looking for to complete your collection or discover a new favorite. All right. Before we get going, that's a good
count.
That's a good count. Gordo said that he got no prize for second place, and if I remember correctly, second prize was a game with the Bums. And how are you going to go to a game when you were in the hospital laid up, my man? Like,
it's true. Waiting to collect. Maybe this fall.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming out for the tailgates, though. It's good to seeing you.
I love you, Gordo.
Yeah, we love you, Gore. All right, let's get some Bears talk, because it was a great game last night. I think we all still have Bears boners. But before we get into the nuts and bolts of week 2 preseason game, there was a lot of stuff that happened in camp this week, and most notably was the changes that they had over on the offensive line. So Braxton Jones was getting a lot of reps with the ones, and then also Ozzie Trapillo was getting a lot of reps at ones and twos, but they made some changes. Theo Benedict got a lot of reps with the ones at left tackle, and then Ozzie moved over to right tackle and got reps with the twos behind Darnell Wright. So it looks like Kareem Amagaje is going to be out of the running. He's going to be, either third stringer, or if he even still makes a team. I have to imagine he probably will, but his play has not been up to snuff so far. But are you guys shocked with Theo Benedict, the unknown, the dark horse, all of a sudden getting in and getting reps with the ones, and Ozzie going over to right tackle?
Not necessarily. I think this is Ben Johnson and the Bears doing their due diligence, almost like a leave no stone unturned scenario. We keep saying I think Braxton Jones is going to be the starting left tackle for this team. And now, seeing Ozzie Trapillo move around and maybe him becoming more of a right guard or right tackle, or maybe even just like a swing tackle. No, I'm surprised. Has earned some reps at one, being an undrafted, tackle. So that's just credit to Theo Benedict. He's worked enough, and they've identified that he's put in the work to get some reps. In the long run, that's probably good, right? Make everyone better, keep the competition, and make. Last week, it's like the best foreseeable. We're like yesterday, obviously against 2s and 3s, and as a like third round draft pick, you want to be able to, he should be beating those guys, but he had a good second half of the Bears, and he's still very green. So yeah, I think it's good depth. I think it's a good problem to have, of all these guys being able to play multiple positions. And while they're not all great, I think if, Braxton Jones is your worst tackle on the starting offense, that's a good problem to have, because a lot of people have been out on him, and I know he's hurt, but like, he's been serviceable. He's been decent enough to be a starter in this league. So if he's your worst starter in the line, that's a great problem.
Yeah, I agree with Baloney there. I think this is a lot of Ben Johnson just trying to get these competitive juices flowing, not necessarily give somebody the job right out of the gates, and kind of just fuel some guys up a little bit, like give some other guys some, team one reps and everything like that, and get everybody kind of in that really competitive mood and stuff like that. Also, moving guys around and stuff, it could help later on if we have an injury or something like that. Then you can shuffle guys around, and you've already battle tested them at those spots, instead of having to plug them in something like maybe that they're not used to. Getting guys ready for everything that could possibly happen in the season is good preparation.
Yeah, pressure makes diamonds. So, being able to build that level of depth by trying guys out at different positions on the line, you're going to see, there's going to be a 5-tool player that you didn't know had a 6-tool, by giving them that opportunity. It's only preseason. We're going crazy about preseason, but we love it.
Because that's what we do. So Braxton Jones yesterday, he got the start, but only 14 snaps played, and then Benedict got 39, and Ozzie got 39 snaps as well. So a lot of I think that caught a lot of people by surprise, because like Theo wasn't mentioned, and if I remember correctly, he was an undrafted free agent.
Yeah.
So I mean, kudos to Poles for identifying, bringing that guy in. But we'll see. I think maybe he'll be like the backup, right now. But I think still it's going to be Braxton Jones's job to lose. He would have to really face plant, Friday, if he even, depending on how much they play actually on Friday with the short week. So we're curious about that. So, but all right, let's transition though to the game yesterday, because that was what we waited. series, but that first series was, and yes, you can say it's preseason. You can say that it's against backups. So that Buffalo didn't have their ones in. So, but that's okay. I don't care, because that's what, if those are backups, that's what you're seeing from Caleb defense. And the two things ball out, was the fact that the screen pass just last year. It seems like a lot of what Ben Johnson was trying to instill in him has been paying off, and it showed so far, because that was a great, that opening drive when it was 6 for 7. And we could say the second drive had its bumps on there, but I mean, 6 for 7 on that opening drive, with the touchdown, just awesome stuff.
Yeah. It's what we wanted to see, right? Like it was there is a bizarro land BumCast right now where we are super sad and super unhappy that game 2, Sunday Night Football went as bad as possible. And like, we've just been in those scenarios in the past. So it's good to be on the other side of the foot while it's still preseason. I get that. We keep saying don't overreact, but like, there's things you can glean from this that are really good. A lot of the stuff that Jason mentioned, the fact that they're getting out of the snaps quickly, the fact that they're getting out of the huddle quickly, he's getting the play calls, and you expect that from Ben Johnson. Like you mentioned, like him, there was a play, you mentioned the second possession not being as great, but there's still there were good things that happened. It was 3rd and 10. He drew somebody offside. You barely even saw that at all last season. He played 17 games, and that's just something that didn't happen with Caleb Williams. And the Bears defense has talked about his cadence changing and being a little bit more aggressive and a little bit different. If he's able to, make a 3rd and 10, turn it into a 3rd and 5 just by drawing someone offside, that's going to be great. That's going to be great in the long run. Even the pass to Roma Dunze, it was a tight window, but that probably should have been caught. They probably should have, extended that drive when it happened. So yeah, it's mostly positive, man. I don't have a lot to nitpick on, and I understand it's preseason. But yeah, man, Ben Johnson is what I'm excited about. Obviously, Caleb Williams is the focal point, and rightfully so. But Ben Johnson's got this team looking different, and it's noticeable. Like, even little things, like I was noticing, like, look at the offensive line running to get back into position. There was a play where offensive linemen are helping each other up and helping the other players up. Offensive linemen were fixing each other's pads, all little shit, like minute, little things. But it's stuff that we talked about last season not happening. And it's like, there all these little things build into something bigger.
Yeah, it was nice. Even though it was against backups, just watching the big boys block a little bit, I mean, it was just, even though he was getting the ball out fast, it was nice to see him just have a little bit of time. The other thing that I wanted to brush on too is a lot of times last year, drive killers, just absolutely dead in the water was after they got a penalty, and they got that penalty and they just kind of like bounced back and continued doing what they were doing. Another thing that I wanted to bring up, yes, it was a preseason game. That Luther Burden block on that run at the goal line. I mean, dude, those are things that, he isn't fighting for a job necessarily, but like, this dude was going out there giving 100 at a time when he probably didn't need to give 100, but he still made an awesome block. And I don't know, that he might be the dude.
I think it was just exciting, having what seems to be a competent coaching staff with a game plan. Because that first series, the execution was awesome. The second series was still, it was still much better than anything we saw towards the end of last season. So it's just exciting to see a coaching staff with, as much talent they have on the sidelines, where they're going to actually take this team this season. So it's pretty exciting. But I'm getting too hyped up. It's preseason.
Yeah, Dougie, you mentioned the Luther Burden block. It's something we've talked about. Jason, you mentioned it a bunch of times. No block, no rock. It's something Ben Johnson preaches. It's a lot of the times, if you go back and look at Amon-Ra St. Brown, not only is he an awesome pass catcher for Detroit, he blocked the hell out of the people. And I was watching a breakdown on Twitter where a lot of schemes that Ben Johnson runs, their wide receivers are the primary blockers. So if you're not blocking, you're not getting the ball. And I think that's evident by Luther Burden and his work ethic. I talked about him possibly being a diva, and he's got diva tendencies. If you go back and look at his film from college, he didn't like the block. So it's something that the Bears coaching staff is actively working with. And the main thing is that they're resonating with these people. They're resonating with these players, knowing that like you have to put in the work, and it's happening. So yeah, man, it's exciting.
All right, real quick, I think we have something wrong with the super chats tonight, because I mean this came from Sandy P. She said said 49 from Sandy P, and then we had Gordo. That one text. Nothing's coming through on the
Bum of the Week YouTube
or StreamYard.
You know what? Guys, try and send it again and we'll let you know.
You know what I'll do during one of the commercial breaks? I'll pop in a super chat and see what happens. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, Caleb obviously, had 130 passer rating. Tyson Bagent also had a great game. 13 for 22, 196 yards and a touchdown. So obviously Case Keenum didn't play. He's injured. Last week we talked about potentially that Case Keenum could emerge as the backup. I don't think that's happening at this point with the injury, and especially the game that Tyson played yesterday. It wasn't flashy by any means, but it wasn't terrible, and I think that's kind of what you're expecting. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. It was a good game. I'm not saying, but it's still 13 for 22. But he had 103 passer rating, so it's fine. I'm not nitpicking on that. I probably shouldn't be nitpicking on that.
Me and Dougie nitpicked Tyson Bagent last week because we were so used to him being so crisp and clean all of last preseason, and even the 4 games he started when Justin Fields went down, like he was serviceable. But this game, he looked much more in command, much more confident in what he was doing. The rollout touchdown pass, that's a professional ass touchdown pass. Him rolling out, moving, finding the target, and putting it only where the right wide receiver could catch it. That was really good. I think as much as we were like nitpicking Tyson Bagent last week, me and you, Dougie, have to give him his flowers because he was really good this week. And like we mentioned, I think now he's solidified himself as the number 2. I heard I don't know if it was ESPN. It might have been like Barstool Chief. Somebody's like, you might as well sign him and have him be the backup forever because he's like the perfect person to be a backup quarterback. And I don't disagree with that. I'm not saying give him big money, but like he's a good backup. I think he might be better than a bunch of starters in this league, to tell you the truth. Now, he doesn't have a big arm. He's kind of got a noodle arm, but he does a lot of things right. And that's what you want with your backup.
Yeah, it was nice to see him kind of go back to the form that we were kind of used to seeing. That rollout touchdown was awesome. Those are the type of touchdowns that you're going to get from him. Like you said, you're not going to get any type of bomb, any flashy, wide receiver one out running somebody and him throwing it downfield type shit. That ain't going to happen. But yeah, it was nice. And I think that maybe there was a little bit of pressure on him, and maybe he felt like he needed to solidify that. And maybe that's where it came from. So I think he did a great job of stamping his number 2 last night.
Yeah, I think you're able to keep 3 QBs now with the roster flexibility that they added last year, with the emergency quarterback and stuff. So yeah, I think that's the case.
Also, I don't know if you guys see, I got a lot of thunder and lightning going on behind me. So
it's like the exact same scenario as last week. As soon as I came down to get ready for the show, storms like a motherfucker. And dude, it's been raining and flooding all over the south side of Chicago, kind of all over Illinois, to tell you the truth. But we got to stop it with the money. Move those storms up.
So hopefully, but all right. So one thing also I want to touch on is the kind of like the running back issue that we're having now, because DeAndre Swift didn't play and he's still healthy, but that's until he hasn't seen any game action yet. But Roshan Johnson hurt. Manungai, he didn't suit up. Apparently he got maybe sustained an injury on Friday. And then so we had Elon Wheeler in there. He got the 2 touchdowns. That was great to see. Britton Brown, he also got another touchdown. But I believe there was another injury in running back in the game yesterday. I can't remember who the other guy that got hurt yesterday. Can you guys help me out here?
Was it Haskins? Hankins?
Yeah, might have.
Either way, the depth.
Hanskin. Yeah, I think that's correct.
So the depth on the running back is almost like it's a problem for preseason because you got to trot out some of these guys. They eat some carries, but I don't think it's necessarily a problem once you get to the regular season. I wouldn't be shocked if they signed somebody off the street this week to get some carries on Friday, because you want to keep Swift healthy and Roshan's banged up. But I think you know who your 3 guys are. I think it's Swift for the foreseeable future. And by all accounts, Kyle Monangai might be the guy that change of pace guy or spell DeAndre Swift. I saw a pre-show interview with Director of Player Personnel, Jeff King, and he was raving about Kyle Monangai. I think all of the coaches are doing the same thing. So yeah, it sucks that he got hurt on Friday. I don't think it's all that serious if I'm not mistaken. I just probably held him out precautionary. So yeah, it might be a little shaky for the last preseason game of the season, but once you get into the regular season, I think you got your 4 guys. And like I said, I think Ian Wheeler might be practice squad guy. If something happens, then you call him up because he's fast and he's shown that he could play. But he just might not be on the 53.
Yeah, that's going to be the really hard one for me. Obviously just with his story last year, but I mean, he's fucking grinding. He's been grinding these last 2 games. And honestly, I think if he does end up on the practice squad, I could see another team calling. And, him going somewhere, somewhere that somebody either has trouble or they're just not seeing the production out of, a backup or something like that. And I could see him getting a call somewhere.
Yeah, we were all really pulling for him through Hard Knocks last year, right? So you want to see that story, fulfill the end, the Cody Rhodes like ending, right? For him to maybe become the number 3 or 4. We'll see if he can make it. But
I wonder if Hard Knocks tomorrow is going to have like a recap of his story from last year because they featured him a lot and then they showed his injury. I wonder if they'll show both touchdowns and be like, hey, Elon Wheeler, who was hurt last year, is back. Also, what would make me, speaking of this game, would be so happy if they just go to like the Bears or whatever and just have them drop like F-bomb after F-bomb after F-bomb because it's not there.
I am excited to see Hard Knocks and see what they feature. I know obviously they're going to, focus on the Bills, but you do get a little bit of the opponent shine whenever they are traveling and stuff like that.
Well, the joint practice too.
The joint practice. So like I'm interested to see what they show from that. So yeah, that's a good point, Jay.
Yeah. Didn't wasn't it Montez Sweat that just dropped like an F-bomb? Didn't he drop like an F-bomb in some interview just recently?
Oh, I don't remember.
I think it was like on TV or something. I don't know. Figure it out later.
Is he still on the team after that? I hope so.
Yeah, right.
All right. So one thing I also want to bring up with you guys too is this battle that seems to be going on now between Zacchaeus and Luther Burden. Because they signed Zacchaeus obviously before they drafted Luther Burden, and it's probably something that they didn't think Luther Burden was going to fall to them or whatever. But Burden yesterday running with the 2s, 3 catches for 49 yards, and obviously Zacchaeus had the 1 catch for 36 yards and a touchdown, but that's had some nice little shake and bake to make a defender miss the tackle. And from all reports, like Zacchaeus has had like a fucking phenomenal camp. He's got like a great rapport with Caleb and everything, and he's been getting all the reps with the 1s. So as much as I want to see Luther Burden be that week 1 starter, I don't know what he would have to do to supplant Zacchaeus as a slot. I mean, what do you guys think on this? Because this seems like a big battle that I don't think is getting a whole lot of traction so far.
Again, it's a good problem to have. It's like you're fighting. You have more talent than you accounted for. Olamide Zacchaeus, like all camp, you hear Courtney Cronin and Nicholas Moriano and all these people rave about him. I saw an interview with Caleb Williams saying that he said he's my guy on and off the field. I guess he's hanging out with Caleb Williams a lot. I mean, that's a good way to get yourself on the team if you're like, Caleb Williams' right-hand man. And I know, Roma Dunze and DJ Moore are still going to be lockstep 1 and 2. But if you can, I mean, don't forget, Luther Burden's still a rookie, right? So, you don't have to rush him. So that's the good thing about it. If Olamide Zaccheaus, takes some snaps to begin the season and you let Luther Burden develop naturally, that's a great problem to have. I heard a couple of stories from Washington where they were sad to see Zaccheaus go. They didn't want to let him go. They obviously had some cap issues and they couldn't really sign anybody. So they had to leave. He had to leave. But that's another, little check in Ryan Poles' on the good column. He identified Olamide Zaccheaus, and maybe that was more Ben Johnson. But yeah, I think he's gonna start week 1. I think just because of the rapport he had and the camp he's had, maybe he starts. And then, dude, imagine bringing on Luther Burden for 15 snaps where it's just like you're the weapon, you're the X factor, whatever like that. That's awesome. That's a good problem to have.
I was gonna say, you also think about going back and hyping up this coaching staff, Antoine Randall L, and what he's putting in these guys in between the years too, because I mean, big name back in the day, and right now Detroit fans are really upset. He also came along to Chicago with Ben Johnson, if I recall what I heard.
Yeah.
So I mean,
he coached him.
He coached, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he only signed for the 1 year. So I mean, it's not like you have like big decisions to make. I mean, you can just run with them for the year, and maybe he does more 4 wide receiver sets instead of two. And I know he likes the 2 tight ends, sets.
Yeah.
I know that, and that worked out really cool yesterday because you saw like Kmet and Loveland just going up the middle, and man, when was the last time we saw tight ends run for 30 yards up the seat?
So that's a great thing, and that's it was like my first note to start the game. My first note was Tyler Scott. What the fuck were you doing trying to bring that ball out? And you start really bad on like the 8-yard line or whatever. And like, here we go again. But it's a new offense, new things. It was great. But yeah, the tight end shining was awesome because you got 2 really good pass catchers in Cole Kmet and Colson Loveland, and there's going to be a lot of times where they are going to get featured. But another note I had was like, don't be shocked because it's a fluid thing with Ben Johnson. There's going to be games where, the tight ends shine. And then there's other games, matchup depending, you might see 40 carries from the running backs. And then might be games where, Caleb Williams throws 40 times. It's all fluid and it's all ever changing. But it's just like, man, it's a competent offense. He's scheming people open. On that Zaccheaus play where Rome runs a route, he takes 2 people with him that springs Zaccheaus open. I was just looking at that and I'm like, oh my God, concepts of like a fundamental offense was unbelievable. I was like, oh, this is great.
All right, it is confirmed. We are having issues with the super chats because it says it's all in text now. It's not coming up. So now I have to go back to the comments and
yeah, we got a super chat from JT, $20 from JT, ready to draft Friday. Speaking of draft, how's that back pillow doing?
I had to get rid of it.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. You got like a fake leather one. Of course it's gonna make fart noises.
It's Marvel. Should have known.
And then Aaron, $19.99 super chat. I'm putting Sandra for the Bums Fantasy League. She says you don't need experience to win. So okay. Maybe right. it turns into a family.
We still got an hour after the show, so let's see if there's any cucking going around here.
But appreciate both, obviously, Aaron and JT.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, JT came in with the extra penny, so.
Well, he also had a $2 super chat in the beginning of the show that didn't come in. So
he's in the run.
Yeah, if I swear to God, if this money doesn't show up in our account later, I'm gonna be pissed off.
Who are you going after? Who's running this show?
I don't know if it's StreamYard or if it's
it's either Google or StreamYard.
Yeah. All right. Another note yesterday. Terrell Smith having a great game. Looked good in camp as well from all reports. He was and then that looked like a nasty knee injury. I don't want to say that was a knee, but it was a knee. And it looked if that was a sprain, I'll be very surprised. But that looked like a nice little tear of the ACL and or MCL. I'm a few credits shy of a medical degree, but I've seen enough football to know that when you get carted off like that, pretty good chance you're not coming back this season.
Yeah, the towel over the head is never a good sign.
Yeah,
that's the indicator. Once you're covering the face, that's it's a problem. Kyle Teal goes deep. I know we're broadcasting against a Sox game, so someone keep us updated and keep us with the score.
Yeah, he didn't hit a home run or nothing, but
it's 11-5 right now, Sox.
Oh shit!
Wow,
okay,
putting a spanking on the Braves. So obviously right now you still have Jalen Johnson out, and then it was said that Kyler Gordon has the hamstring injury, Brisker. No, wait, I was right. It was Gordon. Both have the hamstring injuries right now, so they're kind of thin in the secondary right now, especially with Smith potentially going down. So I would expect them to, make a move this week to sign someone. I know they brought in a couple guys last week. And they're probably gonna have to bring another body in because secondaries get pretty banged up. As deep as we are in secondary, it's still a lot of injuries at one time.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, by all accounts, Jalen Johnson is going to be ready for Week 1. He warmed up on Sunday. He looked good. From reports, he looked good. I didn't see him, but I think. Yeah, again, this might be a preseason problem. Once we get to the regular season, I think we'll be okay depth-wise for most of the secondary.
Yeah. All right, and then, sorry, Jack, I don't have any fucking lens cleaner right now. Deal with my
use your sock.
Deal with my smudginess.
Use your sock.
But if you asked him if he had a Taco Bell sauce packet, he'd have it.
Wipe it with the sauce packet.
I'm out.
Oh my god.
I got nothing, guys.
Now we know where these super chats are going tomorrow. They're going straight to Taco Bell.
I got nothing. Yeah, I'm surprised. Austin Booker. Another pretty decent game from him. He had a sack. Good. The Bears only had 2 sacks yesterday, and he got one of them. But then Ruben Hippolyte too. He had another 4 tackles. So he's been kind of like a tackle machine. But Austin Booker's got to be one of the bigger stories on the defense this year with this training camp. And I don't think he's going to be the starting guy, but he's going to be a great rotational piece for the Bears this season. I think he might flirt with double-digit sacks. I'm not going to say he's going to get it, but if this play continues, I could see flirting, flirting with some double-digit sacks.
How many? Dude, don't get me wrong. I said it yesterday. I said preseason MVP. Give him the trophy. Let him hang it on his mantle. Whatever he has to do. That being said, do you know how many 2s and 3s do they play in the regular season?
It's a good question. I don't know because we never seen.
Yeah, you play starters in the regular season. It might be a different story. Don't get me wrong. I like it. I like the production. He's doing what he has to do. Once you get to the regular season, it might be a little different.
Well, we don't know how often Dennis Allen's going to rotate his line though.
No, yeah, he's going to get playing time. He's going to get playing time. Double-digit sacks is.
I didn't say double-digit. I did not say double-digit.
All right, what is flirting with double-digit? 7, 8?
Yeah, it's like 7, 8 sacks.
All right, over under 7.5 sacks for Austin Booker.
I think
I'll put a gentleman's bet, right?
I think I'll do the number with 7.
No, 7.5. Give me 7.5. 7.5. What do we bet?
I said 7. I'm taking the under then.
No, but then that's not flirting with 10 double-digit sacks.
I'm just saying it's up there though. It's not, I don't think he's gonna have like 2 sacks this season.
It's flirting with double-digit sacks. I'm like, oh my god, there's a possibility of 12 sacks for him.
No, double-digit means like he gets 8 or 9. Who knows? I don't know. I'm saying 7.
Okay. All right. Either way, that's a good season for him. I'll take that.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Luke Newsome, he looked pretty good too.
Hell yeah. So he's another guy. They put them both in left guard, right guard scenario, and that he's just another guy that you didn't really hear much of during the preseason, but they put him out there yesterday. Everyone seemed to be happy with his production. He's just another guy to add to that like swing tackle or swing guard rotation.
Yeah. Okay, we got a text super chat because they're broke. 25 from Roda. It's on. Oh, we got a new contender now. So
Road Dog, I know he was talking a little trash to you, Jason, in the tweets. He has 4 fantasy teams. He wasn't sure if he wanted to add a 5th. But right now he's in the running. He's in the running right now.
It's the 2 in this year are going to be Road Dog and JT. So
as of now.
All right. So that kind of wraps up our Bears notes, but the game is Friday against the Kansas City Chiefs. I would imagine it is the 3rd preseason game, but because it's within a week, I don't know how much it's going to be remain to be seen how much time the starters actually and the ones actually get. I would be surprised if they played more than a quarter. You know, usually the 3rd preseason game, you know, there used to be was always like a half, you know. But with the 5 days, you know, in between, I really don't know what we're going to expect out of the team on Friday. Any predictions, guys?
It's just weird. Go ahead, Dougie.
No, I was just going to say I could see a solid quarter. You know, things changed a lot when they got rid of that 1 preseason game and added that extra regular season game. It just changed the whole dynamic of everything. So, I see a quarter at the most.
It's going to be quarter, and they're going to finish that dry erase board to finish making that 53. That's how I see it.
I wouldn't be shocked if he rested his starters, and you know, this last Sunday's game was the one that like really was the focal point. That being said, I think the Kansas City Chiefs have been doing things opposite. They haven't really played anybody the first 2 games. They said that Andy Reid said that the starters are going to get a good amount of time on Friday. So that's a good test if you really want your starters to go against starters. We've been talking about, you know, 1s going against 2s and 2s going against 3s. If you're in that camp that the starters need reps going up against the Kansas City Chiefs and their 1s,
they had a decent defense last year too. So
that's what I'm saying. Even if it is for not even a quarter, but if you want to do 2 possessions or 2 series, that might help. So yeah, I have no prediction. I have no idea what Ben Johnson would do. He might sit everybody. He might play everybody. Who knows?
Yeah. All right. Last piece of Bears news. It's not really news. It's promotion for our watch parties. We got 4 watch parties this year at the Remova Theater, the Remova Loft, if you want to say. We'll be upstairs on the 20-foot video board, video wall, whatever you want to call it. It's a big old screen, and it's very nice. So as you see there, we got 4 dates: week 2, week 4, week 8, week 13. But we are going to be the RSVPs are now open for September 14th. You can get them for, if you want to RSVP for all 4, go ahead. We appreciate that. But just added, we are doing a brunch buffet for the week 2 game. So you're going to get some pancakes, some waffles, some bacon, some sausage, some hash browns, some frittata. All the good brunch stuff, and you get 5 drink tickets included with this purchase, all for $35. That's a deal. Food and 5 drinks for $35. You can't beat that. That's the stuff the Bums and Remova bring to you because we're so caring. We like to give back. So we're giving you like, this is like TJ Maxx level pricing on a Nordstrom's level deal.
You said this is a deal. I might go one further and say this is a steal. You get fed and you get 5 drink tickets for $35. Where in the city are you going to get that on a Bears Sunday? So
yes,
hang out with us. Hang out with the Remova. I'll be drinking these bad boys all season long. It's going to be a fun time. I'm really excited about it. Let's go.
Yeah. The just as quick note, the 5 drink tickets include beers, bloodies, and mimosas. But that's all you really need for football on a Sunday. And if you do not want to do brunch, if you think that, you know, that's not a great deal, it is free to RSVP. The brunch package is optional. So if you can RSVP for free and show up and, you know, have 1 drink, don't eat, whatever, But everyone else, Brunch Buffet, it is live on the links now. We'll be getting all the links out shortly. We'll be doing brunch on the for the Lions game and also for the Ravens game on October 26th. And then for the afternoon games, we're going to be doing we're going to be doing more of a regular dinner like food menu. So that will be announced shortly. But thanks to Ramova, we love working with you guys, and get those tickets ASAP.
Yeah, you mentioned it is free to get in if you just want to hang out, watch a game, have fun time with a really good atmosphere. Just RSVP, free to get in. I will mention we might have Johnny at the door bouncing, and we might charge people that show up with Lions or Packers gear. If you wear anti-Bums gear or anti-Bears gear, we might have to charge you. That's a joke. I'm kidding, but Lion fans are welcome. We're just gonna talk some shit
and charge you $70 for brunch.
Yeah, we got to talk to the Ramova about that one.
Yeah. All right. Before we talk a little bananas, we got to play a quick ad. Elite Icons is your number one source for quality and affordable jersey framing. You can trust their products and services to be genuine and of the highest quality, backed by their extensive industry experience. They offer custom jersey framing at the most competitive prices in the nation. Additionally, they host several public and private signings each year featuring your favorite players. Regardless of the sport or project type, they can frame it. So visit them at eliteicons.biz or call them at 630-863-0647. All right. So the Sox were not in town over the weekend, but the Savannah Bananas were. And they took the South Side by storm. Joey, you are all decked out in Savannah gear right there. You had the jersey. You went to the game on Friday. So let's kick. Joey, tell us how was give us your experience. Give us the sideline report from the Bananas game.
All I could say is the entire experience was bananas. Believe it or not.
There we go. Thanks. I can't believe you led with that.
This is what we brought him on for.
Johnny's somewhere kicking a can.
It's a slow build. It's a slow burn, just like a good wrestling story that's going to pay off at WrestleMania. So anyways, I'll talk about my MVP later on. So she'll remain nameless at this time, but got an invite to go on Friday, and it was an awesome time. Obviously, when you get to actually experience something that you'll never know if you'll ever see it again at the rate, right? So the Savannah Bananas obviously have a cult following, huge family-friendly type environment, almost some would say like a concert type vibe. Mm-hmm. Their shows are timed, the games go for about 2 hours, but just the entire hype around the scenario, trying to, get into a lottery to purchase tickets. In the end, it paid off for everybody who was able to go. I'll just say that. So we didn't really have an opportunity to enjoy much of the pregame festivities because of schedules and stuff, but we made it just as the game was getting ready to start. But when we went through the security to get into Lot B was something that, it was of biblical proportions.
Fantasyland.
It was literally...
I think made me very upset.
I've never seen Lot B that full before, I should say. But yeah, it was some of the pregame festivities that the Savannah Bananas put on, from a pre-show or pregame concert to, tailgating. They had merch tents up for all the teams in their league. It was so much family friendly things to do. And I think that, that experience actually can save baseball in much respect, because, my wife is, Sandy P's a little of a sports fan. She's there. She's all big in experience. So that's why she was so hyped about being able to go to this, because, watching a little bit of them on YouTube beforehand really, gave her the opportunity to live out her dream of singing, dancing, making fun of, along the lines of trying to, enjoy a game of baseball, and it just made every single moment of the game exciting. So once we got in and the game just started, the intros, the music, the dancing that goes on, it's like over sensory. You're looking all over the place on yours, mascots all over the doing, they did too. The baseball was nonstop fun. And that's exactly what the Savannah Bananas bring. So it's a unique experience that I'm blessed that I had the opportunity to go, and highly recommend. I know the rumor is, if they were to come back to Chicago next year after, Wrigley's, Wrigley got FOMO, and it's a good feeling for us outsiders to give the Wrigley fans a FOMO feeling.
No, I'll be honest with you. We as the Bums got like a couple of DMs if we were interested in tickets, and once we struck out of like the actual being able to purchase the tickets, I made plans and oh no, I'm not gonna go. But I ended up staying home. I watched the broadcast on Friday from ESPN, and I just by everyone else's social media, you guys and everyone we follow on Twitter. FOMO up the ass, man. FOMO up the ass, especially when they started bringing out the old players. I was like, God damn, I wish I was there. How was that? I wanted to ask you, how was that reaction? Because I'll be honest with you. It looked awesome on screen. The ESPN broadcast, and I don't know if it was mostly ESPN or the Savannah Bananas. I feel like the Savannah Bananas has been a rocket ship, they're growing, but they're still going to have growing pains. And the broadcast, especially in the beginning on Friday, was shaky at best. It felt like, there was audio issues and there's a couple of things I was complaining about. I couldn't really hear the crowd. You could see the people dancing. I think they played Pepas like 15 times. I kept hearing Pepas. It's a great song, but how was it when they announced AJ and they announced Mark Burley? Because I didn't really get the crowd atmosphere from the TV.
It brought a tear to some of our eyes to hear Comiskey Park roar for the first time in such a long time. Like the 40,000 plus roared in that stadium, especially, obviously when AJ came out first and then obviously Burley came out on Friday. That moment alone, everybody was on their feet. And the amount of, I have to use a wrestling analogy here. When The Undertaker lost and everybody's at WrestleMania is like this, when his streak was broken, oh my God, it was that kind of reaction from everyone. It was bananas.
Yeah, and then obviously on Saturday, Ozzy being first base coach, and then Paul Konerko was the guy came up with everything. So that I think that in of itself was worth the price of admission, just to see the 05 guys just come back and even if it was for an out, couple pitches that's great. And I was not familiar with banana ball. I think some of the, the rules, you have to explain. My wife didn't, at first. But some of the halftime entertainment or inter inning entertainment, pretty fun. Like the slowest race, having the baby race and everything like that.
That was funny.
It was.
Yeah. Chance the Rapper.
Yeah. In
Chance
pod
back.
form.
In pug form. Yeah. I think it's like, if you're a baseball purist, you probably hate this. I saw a lot of people like, this is just not for me. But I mean, we're friends with a lot of, above 40, just old school type of people. But this is something not just Major League Baseball, but just baseball in general needs. Because like you mentioned, Joey, it's for the kids. If this is the introduction to baseball for some kids, that ends up turning into now I like the Bananas, but now I like the White Sox or something else like that.
Yes,
This is the kind of stuff Major League Baseball needs desperately. So it's like, I know they're two separate entities. I get that. But like the Bananas are doing more for the growth of the game than Major League Baseball ever is. So it's like you kind of have to embrace it. And like them using the old timers and them using the stadiums. I know they were in Boston, and the rumors are they're going to Wrigley. I know JT says Wrigley doesn't have the same room to host, but if you listen to the stretch, it seems like Big Cat was down in the dugout or in the dugout with the guys at the rate. And it sounds like they're doing Wrigley next year. So
they didn't make his open him shirt and give him a bat. That would have been awesome.
that would have been interesting. James Joseph is saying, I see the Harlem Globetrotters. I saw an interview with the founder of the Banana Ball, the guy with the orange or the yellow suit and the hat and everything. And he talked about the Globetrotters back in like the 40s and 50s. They sold out to Madison Square Garden games in the same day. They were bigger than the NBA. There was a lot of times where the NBA would use the Globetrotters to get people to go to NBA games. They would do doubleheaders that way. And this guy's smart, man. He realized that the Globetrotters had something, but they stayed as like a carnival act, and they stayed scripting their games so that like they would always win. And he said, the Banana League, they're adding 2 teams next year. They're growing. They're getting more TV deals. It's like they want to make it an actual league. So where like it's not scripted. There's the times where Bananas lose. That's the difference with the Globetrotters. And I think the correlation is there, especially now. But if they can make this into not a competing league with Major League Baseball, but like something else that the kids are going to be interested in, that's just a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine the White Sox ownership be upset if they sold out 40,000 seats per game. If they had a complimentary, act to go along with their product, like you're saying, Peter, maybe on down the line, the Banana League might be part of it, or a doubleheader, something along those lines. You never know.
Yeah, like Banana League at 3, regular game at 7, or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. If they're as bad as they are now, who's going to stay for the second game?
Out.
Right. Yeah. I got a split. Yeah.
You're doing all these banana puns. We can't be doing this on this show.
All right. Good recap. Thanks, Joe. We appreciate your banana report. Peter, hit me with some headlines.
All right. So we're talking about baseball and growth. And Sunday Night Baseball, Rob Manfred was on, and he talked about the possibility of both expansion and realignment. And we talked about the baseball purists. They kind of had a field day on the Twitters yesterday. Not a fan of realignment, not a fan of expansion, but it's out there, and it sounds like it's something they're very interested in doing. So I'll bring up the tweet first, and then I got a couple examples of the possibility of realignment, and I want to get your guys' thoughts on this. So obviously, geographical realignment to ease travel is probably happening. And then there's new opportunities for untapped markets with the expansion. This is from Jim Bowden. So he realigned both the Eastern. So he went Eastern, Western. And I've seen this a lot. I'm not going to read. Apologies to the people in listening on podcast form, but we just can't read all these names because there's like 4 slides. But I want to get your bag. The main thing is there's some of these realignment concepts where you get Cubs and Sox in the same division. Now that's where I want to get to. Is that something you would want, or you want to keep the 2 separate?
I mean, I don't care at this point if how often the Cubs and the Sox did play. I mean, yeah, I think if they played more, I think it would probably lessen the animosity. I would say, just because there's more of it, and you just get kind of like just oversaturated with the amount of Sox versus Cubs games, where when it's handful of games, they seem like they mean more to the fans. Where it's you do it more often, you're just kind of like I don't think I like having 4 in each division. I think you can go by with maybe 5.
And make them 3 divisions, but then that's gonna Well, yeah, I guess with expansion, they both keep them in the same conference, if you will. That makes sense if you want to go 3.
Yeah. So I'm kind of on that, but you know how much fucking cum ESPN would release with just the East if that was true? If it was Red Sox, Mets, Yankees, Phillies.
I like it.
Well, I'm saying ESPN would just be bukakiing all over their offices if they had that lineup, because I don't think you'd see any other baseball besides those matchups.
Yeah, Sunday night baseball.
Selfishly, I like the Midwest. So I'll read the Midwest just for the people listening. And it's the Cubs, White Sox, Brewers, and Twins. Selfishly, not only is the Cubs Sox a really interesting aspect of this, but us being able to go to more Brewers games and tailgate that way.
Yeah.
I like that. I've never had an issue with Brewers fans. I like going to their stadium. Obviously, we tailgated last year. We're hoping to tailgate again next year. I think the Milwaukee aspect of like having that in our division would be fun, because we already hate Packers fans, right? We already hate Milwaukee Bucks fans. Might as well toss the Brewers in there.
Yeah. My takeaway from this is like, I'm not like one of the meathead White Sox fans that hate the Cubs all the time. I only hate them when we're playing them. I think that it would actually ramp up things. Like, I think, once they're in my division, then I hate them. Like, I mean, they're just like Detroit. They're just like the Twins. Like, I'm down to hate the Cubs now. So I think that, where I understand what Jason's saying, to where it's going to be oversaturated, I think that it would ramp up even more. Like, there would be a lot more animosity and hate and stuff like that if you're, in division. And now those games really matter. You lose to the Sox. Not only are you losing, to the White Sox and Chicago Pride, but now you're losing games and you're getting games back, so, but yeah, to echo your sentiment about the Milwaukee. Yeah. When Milwaukee moved out of the American League, when I was a little kid, like, I just never understood it. I was like, man, I hate that the Cubs get that, like a team so close, hour and a half, 90 minutes away. Like, I'm so jealous of that, seeing Cub fans like go up there like on weekends and make, long weekend trips out there, for those series. Like, we don't have that. We can't really do that, like everything's X amount of hours away. So yeah. I'm jealous for that. So if that ever became a thing, like, I would really dig that. I wouldn't go to Wrigley any more than I do now, which is never. So.
All right. So this was another scenario, and this is more in line, Jason, with, the 3 divisions.
Yeah, I just don't like how the way they broke it down. Like, you can't say you're going to do it by region and then not have the Sox and Cubs in the same fucking region. Like, that makes sense. I want to go back though to real quick the previous slide, and Road Dogg said trade the Twins for the Cardinals, and I'm in. And I agree, because like St. Louis is 250 miles from Chicago and it's 450 to go to Minnesota. So that doesn't make any sense from a geographical standpoint.
Yeah, but the problem is Minnesota. Where do you put Minnesota? They're so far away from everything.
Have them be like the Expos and like have them move to Nashville or something.
Well, now that they're not selling the team and the ownership is,
you know what?
Nashville's, they might
close. Nashville's too close. Send them to fucking like Salt Lake City or Portland or something. Get them like far away. That way, fucking that nerd Ted, Twins fan Ted or something.
Oh yeah, that guy's a tool.
He wouldn't have a team anymore to root for. So I would hope that I would like that.
Those are the 3 I saw. There's a bunch. If you go on Twitter, there's a bunch of different ideas. I just want to get your guys' take on like.
Yeah, I think I'm for it. Basketball does it. Football does it. Hockey does it. Baseball, I can get behind it. But I think I like the 5 as opposed to the 4.
Okay. All right. Next up, and this is something I saw. Just a quick take, because I think this is terrible. NBC is rolling out Coast to Coast Tuesdays, which pushes back the second leg of the NBA doubleheaders to 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Central. So you're going to be watching basketball well past midnight. Just bum of the week, right?
Yeah, that's
horrible idea.
They're doing it. They're running with it. He was doubling down on it this weekend, and I'm like, their NBA is doing the opposite, and it's like they just don't listen to their fans. Imagine being an NBA fan on the East Coast, like those games are unwatchable.
No, you're not gonna be able to watch, like, stay up till fucking 1:30 in the morning, to watch the Trailblazers and the Nuggets or some shit like that. Like, nah.
Yeah, I'm interested in the rating system and how they think that this is going to affect their ratings and revenue.
What it's going to crush is it's going to crush the casual basketball fan, the one that is just like, the game's on, let me check it out. Like, what, in bed on a Tuesday night?
Yeah.
Who's enjoying that? Maybe like a Jeff Bartlett who doesn't work on a Wednesday.
How do you know his work schedule? Weird.
We're tight like that.
Oh, all right. UFC 319 was this weekend in the United Center. The announce gate was 20,023. And it broke the United Center's record with over $11 million in gate. I watched it. You watched it, Joey. I liked the card. People were complaining about the main event being a WrestleFest. I thought it was really, really good, like tactician wise. But I just want to get your thoughts. Jason, I feel like this went over our radars. We used to be big in the UFC, especially when it was in the United Center. This was their first time back in 6 years. I didn't even realize it was in Chicago until like the week of.
I don't follow UFC anymore. They don't have big fight feels anymore like they used to. I don't want to say 20 years ago, but even going back like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
This is like the opposite of what I was just saying. Like, this is like UFC is like oversaturated with the amount of content and fights that they do. And I liked it when it was like one card a month, one card every 2 months or 6 weeks, however they would do it, and they had those bigger fight feels. And, I think UFC had like the same business model that Vince McMahon did for the longest time, where they wouldn't let their stars be bigger than the UFC. The UFC has to be the bigger thing. So when you have these big name guys, now they're just kind of suppressed, and it's like it's all about the company to company, as opposed to guys let them guys go out there and make a name for themselves and market themselves and brand. So yeah, there's like, you tell me a guy and I'm like, cool, there's a guy, and I'm just, it just doesn't seem not the same for me anymore.
I just feel bad for the 20,023 people in attendance that paid an average of $500 for a seat with no cup holder.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good fights though.
Yeah, good fights. But like JT was saying, or whatever, I got a pre-sale thing because of the Blackhawks tickets.
Yeah.
And tickets were like ridiculous.
Oh, no, Bum of the week, you two. I asked you if you guys had a pre-sale for that, and you guys said no.
Oh, here we go.
I don't know.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I don't remember.
You're bananas.
I like that one.
I got receipts. All
right, last one. This is something I've been holding back. It was like we keep kicking it down the road, but I want to talk about this. For the first time in 98 years, the Chcago River will host an open water swim event early this fall. It's going to happen in September. You could sign up for it. There are about 500 people that they're going to let swim down like a 2-mile stretch of the Chcago River. My question to you, and Jason, you're already shaking your head. Any interest in swimming in the Chcago River?
Nope.
Is this even a question?
you would have to like full body suit it.
Yeah.
And have like the coverings where nothing's getting in.
Now, Dougie,
my ears, my eyes, nothing.
You're the water guy. Water guy. And Chicago keeps boasting that they got the cleanest water. And I agree with that. Typically, they keep saying that this is not like the poop river in France when it was the Olympics and people were getting pink eye swimming. Yeah. People are saying that the Chcago River is as clean as possible. That's still, you're not buying it?
As possible. That's the key word. As possible. I don't go into the city that often, but anytime I'm near there, I almost 100% of the time see somebody puke in the river. I don't know what it is. Like, no, it's a big no for me. You know, I feel like you go swimming in that thing, you're going to come out with like a third arm or something. So
Blinky, the three eyes, like in Simpsons.
Yeah. Or you're going to find a pocket of like the dyed river and come out green or something, you know, like.
Gross.
Joey?
Yeah.
I can't swim, so it's an easy no for me.
What? Oh, we got to get Joey P some swim lessons.
The gang goes swimming in the Chcago River.
Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah, no, I'm not interested at all. I mean, you saw even like obviously the you know what's actually interesting? I was about to make a Dave Matthews Band joke, but I saw a video of someone breaking down because it was the anniversary. It was like the 18th or 19th anniversary of the Dave Matthews Chcago River story.
Mm-hmm.
I saw someone breaking down the possibility that it was not Dave Matthews, that it was all a cover up, and it was actually a different band that was in town that year or that day, and it was a cover up by the bus company. Anybody want to guess in the comments? Are you guys who was possibly the poopers, the real poopers?
Oh man.
Yeah,
So-
I wouldn't even know
Yeah.
like who was popular back.
So obviously it's got to be
Wow.
a bigger band than Dave Matthews at that point.
It was a bigger band at the time, or
That's what I'm
on
saying,
par,
dude.
on par.
Ooh,
it was,
Spice Girls.
No, it wasn't that. 19 years ago. Spice
I
Girls
don't
was
know.
like 30 years ago.
Yeah.
It was Linkin Park. The bus company said that Linkin Park took that route, and it was possible that they dumped the poop and not Dave Matthews Band. I want to do more research. I might bring that to you guys as like a story time or something.
All
But
right.
I just read it. I just read about it and actually watched the video. I didn't read. I didn't read shit.
As long as they didn't go afterwards through the Starbucks drive-through.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as long
The
as the
bag.
poop fingers.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I got to do some research on Linkin Park.
All right. Before we get into rate my cock here, is a quick update on the fantasy football rankings right now. It is Road Dogg and JT are the two who are going to be challenging the bums.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
All right, Peter, hit us with the new rate my cock.
Big ones, small ones, tall ones, cold ones, shake and stir, they're never old ones. It's time to rate my cocks. Line 'em up and take your shot. Sweet or sour on the rocks. It's time to rate my cock.
That was bananas.
Damn it, Joey.
That's my first time seeing that.
I
was me.
fucking love
That
that.
was those. Now I want to give credit to everyone's using AI nowadays. Everyone's using AI to do a bunch of different things. But those lyrics were all from your boy's brain right here.
Are you serious?
Those-
You wrote
that.
that.
Those were my lyrics. That was not me singing.
Wow.
Oh, you're putting the Yank in Weird Al Yankovic, Peter.
Literally.
Shit.
Oh shit. That was good stuff, Peter.
Thank you.
I know Gordo says he's ranked one, but
We got to do
unfortunately-
some math. We're doing this live, and obviously either YouTube or StreamYard is broken, so we can't get the tallies. It's not even showing up on that extra tab that usually is like all the super
Yeah.
chats. Show
Yeah.
up. So we're working on it, but we thank everyone that's donated and wants to play fantasy football with us.
Yeah. All right. So I had some tasty cocks the other day. I had some day ones. I had some night ones, and got to have some nice tasty ones with friend of the bums, Treasy and Cornsy. Like they
Oh,
yeah,
double date
yeah,
action?
yeah, little night out with them. So here we go with the first one, and the first spot I went to was a Greek restaurant called Avili, AVLI, in River North.
Okay.
I don't pronounce Greek, so
You don't.
but-
We don't pronounce much of anything.
yeah. I know what Greek style is. That's about all I know with Greek. So this one, first one up is the Teach Me to Dance. It's vodka Greek mountain tea, thyme, honey, and lime.
All right. So for the people in the audience, maybe new to this, he says, "What's the question?" We're gonna rank these cocktails on the scale that we always use, and it's no chub, half chub, full chub, maybe 3/4 chub, depending on how we're feeling. But this is a no chub to me. I think I've moved on from vodka drinks for the most part. And everything else, Greek mountain, whatever you said, and thyme.
Greek mountain tea.
Greek mountain tea.
Yeah, that this does nothing for me. So unfortunately, it's a no chub.
I'm gonna go 3/4 chub on this.
Oh,
Yeah. It could be elevated to a full chub. Did they sell Saganaki there?
They did, and I ordered some.
Full chub. Full chub. Full chub.
this is rate my cocks, not rate my cheese.
Hey. Cheese slug.
Whatever floats your boat, right, Dougie?
Yeah, that's it, baby.
Joey.
I'm going no chub on this. I agree with my hermano Peter. My vodka days are long gone since I was adding Red Bull in them 20 years ago in the clubs. So, yeah, this one doesn't do it for me, unfortunately.
I'm Polish. That shit'll never die in me.
This was 3/4. It was very good. The tea, you have to really like an earthier tea to really appreciate it, which I'm not a bit. I don't mind tea.
I like
when
tea.
in drinks, but if it's more of like a drier tea, it kind of loses some of the balance on that. So it was 3/4. Quick super chat from JT.
JT,
just like HBSC's closet, I will haunt you if I don't get in the bum league.
that's a good reference, JT.
It really
Love
is.
that.
Callback.
Yep. All right. Next up, this is the Dionysus. Dionysus. Drank this. Some Greek broad.
She's the Greek goddess of. I'm looking it up. I knew she was a Greek god.
Yeah.
Greek goddess of spirits.
This is Blanco tequila, triple sec, watermelon, lime, and mint.
All right. I apologize. I did not pay attention to what your ingredients were because I was looking up Dionysus. I said she, not. It's a dude. He's got abs. You can look it up. Greek god of wine, festivity, and ecstasy. Hello.
Ooh.
So right up this,
He likes to fuck. It was Blanco tequila, triple sec, watermelon, lime, and mint.
full chub. I love the mint usage. Maybe too much mint usage is. I know that it looks like it's more of a garnish, but that's a whole lot of mint leaves. Maybe take a couple 2-3 off of that. But that's a full chub. I like all those ingredients. It looks great. I'll even like that glass. My only complaint is maybe it's too small of a glass. I need a big boy glass for something like that. But I love it. So I'm in on that.
Yeah, full chub for me as well. That sounds like something, especially in the summer, super refreshing.
Yeah, I think I'm 3/4 chub because it just depends on what kind of tequila Blanco was in that.
Oh, good point. Tequila bumps.
They were very nondescript with their liqueurs on this, but this was full chub. This drink was awesome.
Okay.
The watermelon and the tequila just really made it stick out. So I would have ordered another one of these, but I had to have more cocks, right?
Now, so. I forget. We used to, or maybe we don't account price into the equation, right? Because if this was $12 compared to maybe $22, that changes the chub factor.
It's $12. So this place, all their cocktails were $12 or $13. They were very reasonably priced.
I appreciate that.
Economy cocks.
Yeah,
yes,
I love that.
Their most expensive drink on the menu was $14, and that was for a martini, or an espresso, their version of an espresso martini. Yes, they did not slap the mint.
Oh, you gotta pop the mint.
You gotta give it a little slap, maybe backhand, forehand.
Yes.
Oh,
I know.
Okay.
All right. Next up, we have the smoky trellis. Nice little smoked cock here. It was bourbon, Miteca 5-star brandy, cinnamon, fig, and cherry wood.
So the fig, the cherry wood could sometimes overpower things depending on how they
So the
about
cherry,
it.
the cherry wood was probably the
right, the
the
smoke.
chip.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but even that, like, could sometimes. The other thing I'm complaining about here is, like, I understand typically whiskey drinks or like bourbon drinks, it's not going to be a full glass, but that looks like you barely got like 2 fingers of juice. I'm going half chub.
Did you say cinnamon?
Yes.
Okay, no chub.
Ooh.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of cinnamon drinks just for me just don't hit, especially with whiskey. I could handle a Fireball, but like I don't want any remnants of that. I don't want to, like, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like this is just Fireball with smoke on it, but no chub.
Yeah, I'm into the cherry fig part of this, so I'll go 3/4 on this one.
The review is another full chub on this one.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
Nice.
the cinnamon was not like very pungent. It was very just this hint of it. So
Subtle.
you didn't get like you didn't think it was like a fall cocktail or anything like that. And the smoke that they used that was a great amount of smoke they put on that thing. And when it came out, it was just a great smell of smoke in the air. Like I really enjoyed this one too. So didn't have a bad one. Unlike my previous experience when I did this last time, where they were all fucking terrible.
Yeah.
So
That was depressing.
Yeah, to like cut the segment short. They all stunk.
yeah. All right. So then we closed up, and then we met up, our friends, and we went to Cerdito Muerto, in Printers Row. Joey P, have you ever been there? It's close. You hang out in that area.
Nah, that's a new one for me. You're gonna take me
Cerdito
now.
Cerdito Muerto, over there on the Halsteads.
I was about to say.
Holy moly! You're what a bang up job that is.
Like I want to say like 18th and Halstead, around there.
Ah, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. This one was called we started off with the firing squad.
Okay.
It was Centenario Plata, Sotal, lime, grenadine, bitters, saline, and tonic.
No chub.
Yeah, no chub. So I'm not a big fan of Centenario Plata to begin with. I'm a sucker. Maybe I'm a child, but I'm a sucker for a cocktail that uses grenadine. I'm a big fan.
Shout out to my wife for saying-
Cerdito.
Yes.
All right.
I white boyed that. I totally white boyed that.
But no. Even to the glass, this glass looks like it came straight from my abuelita's house. It should have some tang in there instead of a cocktail. No chub.
I'll go quarter chub.
Like 18 in Halstead.
Halsteads. I'll go quarter chub.
Quarter.
Quarter.
Chub. Only a quarter chub.
Yeah, only quarter.
It's
chub.
just moved a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. For this one, for me, this one was a half chub. The tequila was good. I don't know if I'm a big Sotal fan. I don't know. I don't really know what it is, but I think that's what kind of,
that's an agave spirit.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think I have to try that by itself to see if I like it or not. But it was a half chub for me on this one. Okay. Next up, we have the Saturn. This was Bombay Sapphire, so it's gin, passion fruit liqueur, orgeat syrup, falernum, and lemon.
Yeah. I'm in on it. I wrote it down just in case I forgot. But gin, passion fruit, lemon. That sounds like a delicious summer drink.
Orgeat, falernum.
For the longest time, I was not a gin guy. I I couldn't get into it. And finally my sister threw out like a full summer. She was just kept making gin cocktails. And I was like, oh, gin is a good summer drink. I'm in on this. I think I'm going full chub. Again, maybe, give me a little bit more. Maybe it's the angle of the picture. How big is this thing? It looks tiny.
Yeah, I kind of went top down. I should have went, closer down.
I was going to go 3/4 chub because of the size.
Yeah, they were pretty. They were like a full size, like rocks glass that they gave him in.
I'll go full chub.
Yeah, he's not taking great pictures of his cocks right now.
Yeah, you gotta. Maybe you're rusty. Maybe he's rusty. He hasn't done.
I haven't done one. I haven't had to send one in.
It's all about the angles when you take pictures of your cocks.
You got to make sure you wipe the lens too.
I'm gonna go no chub. I'm not a gin guy at all. So, no chub. If you swapped out the spirits, everything else sounded great. But just not a gin guy.
Yeah, I'm half chub on this one.
This was basically like a gin Mai Tai. It's full chub. It was fucking awesome. If you like a Mai Tai, you would absolutely love this. So yeah, that one was a full chub on. All right, next up. She makes a point. They weren't so much about the presentation here. They're all about the taste.
I could appreciate that. You don't try to fancy it up.
That's fine.
Yeah. Oh, holy shit. What happened here, guys? Tying run at the plate in the White Sox game.
We kept getting like every update was like 13-9, and then like something else happened. And I was like, now it's like let's keep it running.
It's 13-9, bottom of the 8th, bases loaded. Oof.
Who's pitching?
Right.
I didn't get that far. I just looked up the score real quick. All right. I got 2 more left here, guys. This was their version of the Espresso Martinez.
I like that. That's pretty punny.
Yeah. Don Julio Repo, banana coconut cordial, and espresso.
I like the banana aspect of that. I could have used a better tequila.
Tequila. Yeah.
Half chub.
I'll go 3/4. But it's all about the tequila with that one.
Yeah, I'm going half chub. Same reason. It really can make a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
This thing was, if I could go more than a full chub, this thing would be like
Emergency
Really?
room.
it would be like poking me.
See a doctor because it lasted longer than 3 hours.
Yeah, emergency room visit.
Now,
Yeah.
question. A lot
Yeah.
of the times I ask you, you're the one that goes out to all these places. Every so often you tell me about a cocktail, and then I say, hey man, is this something you could replicate at home? Is this something now you're going to add to your arsenal that maybe I try at the Bourbon Bums Cantina?
If I could figure out what the banana coconut cordial was, it sounds like it's probably something if it's a cordial, it sounds like they made something in-house.
Mhm.
So it might be very hard for me to replicate. But like the coconut, like turned like my wife off on it because she's not a coconut fan. And then she took a sip of this and she's like, I immediately need one. This coconut was so subtle, like you didn't even know it was there. This thing was great. If it wasn't like 9 o'clock at night, I probably would have had like 2 more of these because otherwise it would have been wired all night. But this thing was phenomenal. I would definitely go back there just for this drink.
You're selling me on this place just because of this drink. I mean, 18 the
tacos were good. They also
my sister lives right over there. I could go next week.
The pastor taco I got was really good. But they did a quesadilla that I'm going to be judging every quesadilla I ever have for the rest of my life to this quesadilla. It was that fucking good.
Okay.
Like this quesadilla was like so like perfectly fried salty cheese to perfection. It just
no meat, no protein, just cheese.
No, it was an arrachera quesadilla.
Ooh. All right, handmade tortilla. What are we talking here?
Yeah, everything was handmade with the
Full chub.
Yeah.
Interesting. So they took it off the grill and then put it inside of something. Huh? That's cool.
Yeah.
Chirizi and Sarah are raving about this drink, by the way. Everyone's raving about this drink. We're gonna have to.
It was best drink of the night. And then I have a bonus cock for you guys that I had from Pittsburgh, but I tried to find the exact ingredients. but this one was called Hot Girl Summer.
I like that. That's a good name.
It was tequila, hibiscus, pineapple juice, lime, and I wanted to say something else, but they cut the serrano pepper and then just like blah, stick it in right there. So was not expecting it to be this pink when I ordered it, but it was pink as fuck, and they didn't think it was for me. They thought it was for the ladies, and it wasn't. It wasn't. I'm like, just bring it here, buddy. That's for me.
It's for daddy.
But
I'm not a hibiscus guy. I've said this I on a couple of the agua frescas reviews or the cantaritos reviews that I did. I'm just not a hibiscus guy. I do love a good chile torado, and that one looks fantastic. The garnish, if you will. Now, my question to you is that what is that? The chub at the bottom of this picture, is this your chub or finger or what's going on?
This drink was so good that the tip.
Oh, okay.
The tip was already just poking out.
I'm going half chub because, like I said, I'm not a hibiscus guy.
Yeah, I'll lean half chub as well. Same reason. Hibiscus is most of the time just overpowering and fucks up the drink.
Yeah, I'll actually go 3/4 because I want to know the spiciness level of this.
Yeah, so 3/4 on this one for me. The spice was really good, like, and then you could just like dip the pepper in there. It had a great heat spice level. I think they might have had some like a habanero like liqueur or something like in there. Like I said, I can't really remember. But yeah, it was touch of sweet, but the spice was awesome with the hibiscus and the lime. So yeah, in the pineapple. So this was 3/4 for me.
Did you take a bite of the chile?
I did.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. So that's all the cocks I got for you guys today.
Big ones, small ones, tall ones, cold ones, shake and stir, they're never old ones. It's time to rate my cocks. Line them up and take your shot. Sweet or sour on the rocks. It's time to rate my cock.
Yeah. Now I want to go to more cocktail bars just so we can get our
Weekly
money's worth.
segment. Weekly segment.
All right, guys, time to close the show and bump some people.
I think he's a bum. I think he's an absolute bum.
You call me a bum? My man, I take that with pride, with honor, that I'm a bum. I'm the king of the bums, baby.
Because you're training like a damn bum, you know that? Bum. A bum.
Bum.
All right, it's time for our listener bums and MVBs. First up is Oaklawn Tech. MVB, Bears, Bananas, and Beers. They were the driving force behind a great weekend. That sure were. I think everybody's happy with the way this weekend went down.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Yes.
Yep. Next up, we got King Ass, MVB, the Savannah Bananas, for showing me the sports world, how events should be done. For showing the sports world, sorry. More party plazas at games, but maybe not in my tailgate spot.
Not in Lot B. They could have used Lot F or
Lot A. No
A,
one likes Lot A anyways.
Yeah.
Go to Lot A. Bum of the week, injuries in preseason games, no bueno. Yep, that sucks.
Tough scenes.
Yeah. D Rose fan, MVB, Bears offense, of course, absolutely. Bum of the week this month, been one of those months. I feel like I'm playing catch up, even when I try my best to make time. Life's challenging. Football makes it tolerable. It sure does.
Well said.
Well said. Chris Ward, MVB tonight.
Okay.
Hey, nice. Bum, it's 8 p.m. Road Dog, MVB, Prazmaster for getting kicked out of Wrigley for yelling at a professional baseball player who can't be bothered to run out ground balls. Absolute gold. Praz needs to do the podcast this weekend so he can tell his side of the story and all that stuff. Bum of the week, the weather. Be late summer or be nothing. Enough of this stupid back and forth. I think everyone's almost ready for hoodie season, man.
It's Bears weather. I needed the hoodies to be back. These storms making everything humid as hell. I'm done with them.
Yeah. JT, bum of the week. Preseason football means way less than people make it up to be, and it's just a cock tease. But you know what, though? For me, that was like like tickle the balls. That was some foreplay.
Dude, I had to tweet out there, and I couldn't believe it. A lot of people, there might be a bum that's not on tonight complaining about how long the Bears game was Sunday night. And we're in preseason week 2. Enjoy the goddamn football. It's back, and the Bears are winning. There was a lot of complaining about how long that Bears game was last night. I might early bum of the week all those people complaining. We can't have it both ways, people. We can't be sad when the red zone is over and it's like, thank you, see you next season. And it's like, oh, so terrible, worst day of the year. That's what all the captions always is. And then complain about the length of a preseason game. Hell no, baby. Give me all the football.
The funny thing that I was going to say was how there were a lot of same people that were doing it. They were complaining about how this, the NFL preseason is a meaningless game, but then at the same time they were talking about how great the Bananas games were over the weekend, which are completely useless.
Yep. MVB, anyone getting thrown out of that dump, Wrigley, the less time spent there, the better. Yeah. Absolutely.
Shout out.
Franz did himself a favor.
Yeah.
And finally, Mailman Jack, MVB, all the students, teachers, parents, and school staff getting back to it this week, especially my wife, Chris, who's a reading teacher, and my daughter, Zoe, preschool special education teacher. Let's fucking go. Yeah. MVB to all the teachers out there.
Yeah.
Bum of the week, my breakfast buffet waiter that Midwestern profiled me when I ordered a breakfast cerveza on vacation. Bum of the week. It was excellent with a picture. He brought him a MGD.
So my question to the group was, open menu. When you think breakfast cerveza, what is the beer that you're having at breakfast?
But if I don't ask for it,
right? Or when you think breakfast beer, what's in your head?
If I'm on vacation in Mexico, Corona.
Okay. You know what? I'm just always like stuck on High Life. Because I think like a lot of High Lives come with Marys,
good point, Doug. Yeah, it's a good call out.
The little sidecar or whatever.
Yeah.
It's Modelo Life for me always. So I can't think of any other. With my menudo when I'm hungover or something like that. Well, yeah.
Also, there's a 100% chance that Mailman Jack was dressed head to toe in jeans, and that's why he brought him the MGD
on vacation. He's got a Canadian tuxedo on.
100%. He's all in jeans, and that's why you got profiled, dude.
Guinness is a good breakfast beer. I will say that, especially early spring. You got a parade going or something. Guinness is a good breakfast beer. But yeah, I'm with you, Joey. It's always Modelo.
I was gonna say I can't remember the last time I've actually seen an MGD in the wild.
Right? That MGD is probably 10 years old.
Right.
Yep. All right. Let's finish up with our bums and MVBs. Doug, did you remember yours?
Yes, I did. And
right,
I have two. I'm bumming Cub fans. I'm sick and tired of the constant anytime something sells out Comiskey, they got to bring up this is what it looks like when they sell out a crowd. You guys should listen. It's dead.
God damn it.
Stop killing the dead horse. That's just terrible. So stop doing that. My second one is Triple H. Triple H. My man's worth $250 million and he's wearing swim trunks from 15 years ago. Did you guys see this?
No.
He's on vacation in Greece. And they have two pictures of Triple H from like vacations or whatever. One was from 15 years ago. He's wearing the same exact swim trunks 15 years apart.
They still fit.
Brother, there's a lot of shit as men that happens inside them swim trunks. 15 years ain't lasting. It ain't passing the test of time. There's a lot of things that can happen. Underwear, swim trunks, and socks. Those need to be rotated a lot sooner than 15 years. So, bum of the week, Triple H. You're worth a ton of money. Get a new pair of swim trunks, okay? Don't got to be that frugal. And my MVB goes out to Mailman Jack. Happy birthday, Mailman Jack.
Hell yeah. Happy birthday, Jack.
Happy birthday, Jack. Joey P, you're up.
My bum of the week this week are all the victims of basement flooding that's been going on recently. I don't know what the heck is going on in the world today, especially here in the Chicagoland area, but I've had so many friends, family, coworkers, the last run of storms these last few weeks that have basically, they've lost a lot. And heart goes out to them. Hopefully this rain is going to be over. Hoodie season, Bears football is coming upon us. So, heart goes out to all of you. So my bum of the week, flooded basements. I know pre-show we were talking about it, Peter. Even some of the viaducts here in the city of Chicago, just
the south side of Chicago somehow, and I don't remember it being this way. It
ever.
was. I get it. We have family members on the south side. There's always flooded basements here or there, but not like this bad. And I understand it's been a wet summer, but like the viaducts, I-55 was flooded over the weekend for UFC. Like it was like 3 a.m. I saw Brian Knight's at a standstill on I-55. And then all of Bridgeview, 79th and Roberts, all of that's been underwater basically all summer. My question to the water guy is is there conspiracy hat? Is Chicago rerouting water down to the south suburbs now or something?
Brother, Chicago's fucked. That's all I'm going to say. There's some rumors that I'm not going to throw out there that I've heard, but it all starts at the top with Brandon Johnson. So,
yeah. There's something going. It has to be something going on.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear global warming I believe in global warming, but I've seen rainier summers before. I work outside. We've seen rainier summers.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that everything's underwater, there's got to be something going on.
Yeah, there's a little thing called maintenance, and I think that something's been cut out of the budget a little bit, especially in certain areas that maybe aren't as rich as others.
Now we're talking, Dougie. I just needed you to confirm my tinfoil hat theory.
Mm-hmm. Yep, bullshit.
All right, my MVP this week is one of everyone's favorite bums is Aaron. Sandy also co-signing on this MVP. We love Aaron. We thank our hermana for giving us the invite to check off our bucket list of going to Savannah Bananas game. And as you can see on Friday, we all had a blast. So big ups to Aaron. Much love. And I can't wait to go again to another one. So hopefully this time we can invite. So, but all of us, we all got to go together. It's an amazing experience.
Well, I had FOMO. I regret not taking up some offers or buying tickets that we had the chance to buy. I will be at the next one. Probably not the Wrigley one, but I will be at whatever next Bananas ball there is.
I hope to see all of us there. It's an amazing time.
All right, Peter, you're up.
All right, my first bum of the week. And it's funny, Dougie, MVP to Aaron. Obviously, she gave you the tickets. That's awesome. You guys had a great time. We are the Chicago sports bums. I know Taco Gladiator is typically on Twitter and sometimes in the comments defending Aaron. We say we sometimes omit her or she could have been on the podcast, but this is predominantly right now a Chicago Bears podcast. You can't be showing up to Soldier Field in a Josh Allen shirt and then be like, oh, I'm going to go hop on the Chicago sports podcast. We can't be having this. The call is coming from inside the house. We got someone. This is bad news. And I've always made the joke, she's got a jersey for every team and every sport. It's just picking and choosing. But I know she's been a Josh Allen fan. She's got 2 Josh Allen jerseys. You can see another one in her hand. But we can't be having this as the Chicago sports bums, especially inside Soldier Field. It's a bad look on us.
It's a bad look that, we bring on an intern and we don't do a background check properly.
The call was coming from inside the house. That's bad news. Great seats, by the way. Great seats. But
just hanging out with the Bills Mafia, huh?
Yeah, she is Bills Mafia.
Dude, I said, I sent you guys the text last night. I just had to laugh. She sits through all of these miserable sports in Chicago, and then the one she goes to, rocking another jersey, they kill. She couldn't even enjoy it.
She might be the mush. I don't know what it is. Aaron, we're going to have to do a case study. One of my bums of the week, and I'm not going to do it, but it was going to be the Chicago Red Stars. They've hired 4 coaches in in one calendar year, which is crazy.
Wow.
They made the playoffs last year. They're going bad. I know the Sky, they said they're on the up and up. The Sky looked like a bad team. Roster construction is bad. Obviously now she's a Bills fan and they get smoked by the Bears. She might be the mush.
Yep.
Yeah.
My second bum, and this is, if you're a parent, this is going, close to home. School's back, and you got to get your kids back to school shop and all that stuff like that. I forgot how dumb some parents are. So my bum of the week is school pickup lines or school drop-off lines, because it's the goddamn Wild West. And as much as the teachers and the people at schools try to enforce things, and credit to them, they try their hardest. Some parents just think their time is more valuable than other time. They try to cut the line. They try to park when they're not supposed to. They'll bring the kid all the way to the front door and park there where they're just blocking the entire flow of traffic. Bum of the week, dumbass parents that think their time is more valuable than my time, which I'm telling you it's not. So yeah, if you're a parent listening to this, act right.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna take us home. Dougie, you had mic trouble in the beginning, so you didn't get to hear my bum. So you kind of cucked me a little bit. Mine's similar, but it's a little different. It's the people when they saw the Savannah Bananas crowds. They gave the Savannah Bananas can sell out the park, but the Sox can't.
Yeah. Yep.
And to that I say, they're a fucking attraction. They're a concert. Let them do 82 games, 81 games a year. Let's see how many games the Bananas sell out then at Comiskey, because it ain't happening. All right, yes, you're gonna go there if it's 1 or 2 times, but you ain't going, 6 days a week to the fucking Savannah Bananas game at those prices. So to the people who are stadium crowd people, fuck off. So it's an attraction, not a thing.
Yeah.
My second, I have no MVBs this week. But my final bum of the week, and go ahead, Peter.
No, go finish.
Okay.
I got one extra MVB when you're done.
Okay. I never thought I would have to do this, but because I love him, one of my favorite players, I got to bump Paul Konerko. You can't be one of the greatest Sox hitters in history, home run leaders, and you get into a Bananas game and you do a fucking weak ass ground out. That's a bad look, my dude. You should have fucking cranked that into the Modelo, cantina.
I can't believe you're on the other side of this argument, Jason. You have been, as long as I've known you, the biggest snake it till you make it kind of guy. He collect the paycheck, one swing. That's all you need to make. He barely even ran. That is the easiest paycheck he was ever gonna get. I love that from Paul Konerko. He could not give 2 shits about putting on a show. Now AJ and Mark Burley and Ozzy, Ozzy was dancing. He would have stayed there 3 hours if they asked him to. Burley said he's not going to be able to wipe his ass after pitching. And AJ was there catching, bad knees and all. So those guys cared. Paul Konerko, I like the snake it till you make it mentality.
Yeah, he didn't even look at the pitches. He just took the first one, and it was a bad pitch to begin with, and he got fucking just slow ass ground out. And I'm like, come on, dude, you should have fucking cranked that to the end of the concourse, man. You're fucking one of the best home run hitters in MLB history and Sox history.
His son was roasting him on Twitter. I don't know if you saw that. His son's a pretty good prospect, and he was roasting Paulie. It was good.
So now let's just say you're that pitcher in that scenario. You throw him a meatball.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah,
I think everyone, because they've been doing these guest spots all over town. I think it's implied that we're grooving you one first pitch. Because if you see, I think they did it in Boston, where it's it's been the same thing. They groove you a pitch, and everyone's been grounding out to first or second. The same thing over and over again.
That's funny.
All right, Peter, what was your second MVP?
I think my MVP was to everyone, JT and Road Dogg and everyone, Gordo, Aaron, everyone that was donating the super chats for the fantasy football. I think obviously this is probably might be close to breaking a super chat record. And like we mentioned before, either it's YouTube or StreamYard, but we can't do the totals right now because I don't even see the tabs. But we will go back. We'll do the math. I'm sure you guys in the comments might know the math. But thank you to everyone that donated. And congratulations to those who won. Now bring it. You better be ready and come correct on Friday. I'm ready.
It's definitely JT. JT is
Okay.
JT's in.
All right, JT, you're in. I think maybe Road Dogg or Aaron or Gordo might be.
Yeah, I think it's JT and Road Dogg who are going to be challenging the bums this season. So
all right,
let's fucking go. Let's bring it on. Bring it on. It's going to be a good season in fantasy. All right, so that's our show. Thanks you to everyone who liked, commented, super chatted. We really appreciate you all. And yeah, make sure you guys go and RSVP for the Bears watch parties that are coming up in a couple of weeks. And we'll have some very important details for the final Whiskey at Comiskey of the year this week. So keep an eye out for that September 20th. Until then, we'll see you guys next week. Bear down, baby.
Bear down.